If you're a regular viewer of my channel, then you likely saw last week I put out a video going over all the changes with the September navigation update for Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis vehicles. But with my Ioniq 6 now, 3 weeks out from my Ioniq 5 receiving it, I still haven't gotten it. And I'm tired of waiting, so I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way using a USB thumb drive, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it in today's video. So if you wanna find out how to do it, then stay tuned. Hey everybody, it's the Ioniq guy. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. My name is Corbin. I cover all things Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis EV related. Before we get started, I wanted to tell you guys about the very first Ioniq Guy hosted Cars and Coffee event. This is going to be happening November 3rd at Palmer Motorsports Park in Palmer, Massachusetts. It's a 2-mile racetrack. I drove it for the Ioniq 5N review that I just recently shot. Super fun course. But anyway, this is going to be an event open to all Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis EVs, from Kia Niros to EV9s, Ioniq 5 to the original Ioniq EV. I want to see all of you guys here at this event. There's going to be raffles, there's going to be giveaways of products from my store at ioniqguy.com. Key Hyundai of Manchester, Connecticut is providing some prizes for the raffle, including 2 vehicle-to-load adapters and a set of floor mats for Ioniq 5. I'm also working on some other sponsors. I've also reached out to Hyundai USA to see if they could potentially bring a 2025 refreshed Ioniq 5 to the event so you guys can see it in person. But Key Hyundai of Manchester will hopefully be bringing a 2025 Ioniq 5N to the event so you guys can see that in person, assuming we don't get anybody actually bringing one in. There'll be coffee and donuts from Dunkin'. Admission is completely free. You can bring your family, you can bring your dogs. It's gonna be a great time. I'm really excited to meet all you guys in person finally. Palmer Motorsports is also going to allow the first 40 people to register for $35 to do 4 laps on the track at up to highway speeds in their personal cars. So it's $35 for your car. You can put your entire family in the car with you if you want, and then you can head out on the track and experience this really nice course. So in the description of this video, I will have a link to a Facebook invitation where you can RSVP. If you're not on Facebook, you can still RSVP with your email address, and then you will get further updates on the event as we get closer. Now, the event is going to be from 9 to 12 p.m. for everybody, and then from 12 to about 12:30, those 40 people who sign up to drive on the track will then do so. Steve from Plug and Play EV, he's also a YouTuber, he lives in the area. He does hope to come to the event too, so if you guys are interested in meeting him, he might be there as well. Obviously, I will be there with one of my cars. I haven't decided if I'll bring the 5 or the 6 yet. There's also a link in the description to Palmer Motorsports website where you can register for the track laps. So again, mark those calendars, November 3rd, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Hope to see you there. So I'm a little annoyed that my Ioniq 6, 3 weeks later than my Ioniq 5, still doesn't have the software update. I don't know why they're dragging their feet. I know that with software updates, a lot of companies will do a staggered rollout, so they'll release it to one line of products, and then assuming everything goes well, they'll release it for the next line of products. But I wouldn't have thought that it would take over 3 weeks before my Ioniq 6 received the update. But I figured it would be a good opportunity to show you guys how to do it. Now, in order to do this, you're gonna need a USB thumb drive that's at least 32 gigabytes because these are big update files. They take a while to download depending on your internet connection. Now, here I have a SanDisk, and it's nice because it has USB-C on one side and USB-A on the other. But as it stands today, most of these cars have USB-A ports still. The newer models, the refreshed models, are all coming out with USB-C, but those also have the new CCNC software system, and those should more reliably get the over-the-air updates quicker than these existing Gen 5W cars. Now, with your thumb drive, you want to make sure you don't have anything important on it, because when you do plug it into your computer, it is going to completely format this and wipe everything off of it. So take all of those family photos off of it, those home movies, make sure those are all in a safe spot. I'm gonna show you guys on my MacBook Pro, but the installation process is exactly the same for Windows. You're gonna download the same piece of software that you would on a Mac. So let's go ahead and jump in. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is install the navigation update software. I will have links in the description to the website you can go to download those for either Windows or Mac. I'm not gonna go over downloading and installing software in this video. So go ahead, get that installed, and then come back to this point in the video. So I've got the navigation updater open right here. You can scroll on the left here and find your vehicle. In our case, we're going to be looking for the Ioniq 6. And for whatever reason, it only lists 2023 Ioniq 6. I have a 2024, but it should be the exact same update as the 2023. So we're gonna go ahead, click OK. And now what it says here is what drive would you like to install it on? So I have a 128 gigabyte thumb drive plugged into my computer right now. I have that selected. Do you want to download the update files for this selected vehicle? Yes, hit next. So now it says confirm selection of portable storage device. Has a size larger than 32 gigabytes. Do you want to use this portable device? Yes. And it's going to go ahead and format the thumb drive. So if you have anything important on there, make sure you transfer it and put it somewhere else because it's going to completely wipe it. So I don't, so I'm going to hit yes. And now it has begun the download, and it's a pretty big file. So it's going to take a little while here, so we'll come back in a minute when it's completely done. All right, our file is downloaded. So all we got to do now is click close the program after deleting temporary files. Close the program now, yes, and we are done. So now all that's left to do is to go plug it into the car and install the update. All right, so now we are in the car. We're going to power it up. Let me turn on the light in here so you guys can actually see. We'll unplug the USB cord and we'll take the thumb drive and we will go ahead and plug that in. So you will see it recognize the update on the thumb drive. So if you want, you can look at the details. We already know the details. I put out a video on that. So we'll just hit start update. The update will start soon. Once it begins updating, you can turn the car off. You can go for a drive. It will continue updating. You just won't be able to use the infotainment system. So just keep that in mind. In my experience, installing updates usually takes between 30 minutes to an hour. So we'll come back in a little while and take a look at if it was successful. All right, so we're back in the car. It's been almost exactly an hour. We're gonna power it on and see what it has to say. Okay, it's still updating, which is kind of strange. It doesn't usually take over an hour, but I guess I'll give it another half hour and come back and see. All right, so we're back out at the car. Let's power it up. See if the update's done now. It's been over an hour and a half. Okay, now it's saying the system will restart. And this should be the end of it. And it looks like we are good to go. So at this point, we can go ahead and unplug our thumb drive. Done with that, we can delete the files off of that. So the easiest way to check that the update was completed properly is if you press the temp button down here. You will now see the new floating warmer/ventilation switches here. That was one of the main features included in this new software update. Now, if you guys want to know all the changes, I did recently make a video about everything I could find. So if you want to watch that, check out that link up in the corner for all those details. So there you have it, guys, a real quick video today. If you guys want to know anything else and would like tutorials on how to do it, leave a comment down below and let me know. Let me know how your installation process went doing this manually. If you guys did like today's video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Check out my store at ioniqguy.com for cool accessories for your Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis EV. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.